Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya, if this is your very first time here. So today we are gonna be doing a Q&A and we are gonna be talking all about makeup, dating, relationships, achieving your goals, inspirations, products. We're gonna be talking about it all in this video, i.e. why it's so doggone long. I don't know how long it's gonna be yet because I ain't edited it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be long, sis. But we're gonna have a good time, have some fun, laugh, and just kick it a little bit today. Before we hop into it, please make sure that you hit subscribe below if you have not yet so that you are updated when new videos come out. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell as well so that you are updated when new videos go up. Let's hop right into this very long Q&A. I got a lot of questions about what's my favorite products. So, since y'all asked me so much about that, we are just going to use all of my favorite products on my face today. That way we don't necessarily have to answer them in the Q&A, but just assume that everything that I'm using is my favorite. And also, we're not about to be like talking about the products either, and y'all know how hard this is about to be for me. I like to teach while I'm doing my makeup. So this is gonna be real interesting, answering questions and not teaching, but you know, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be interesting. I did have a lot of questions, so I did section them into like different topics, but the first set is mostly about like me being an influencer, so we're gonna hop into those questions first. And y'all ain't real because I still got on my eyelashes and y'all ain't even tell nobody. I can't trust y'all. So I'm using my Beauty Bakerie InstaBake today. It's not my most favorite, it's just one of my favorites. So we're gonna use this today real quick while we start these questions. All right, so our first question is, how do you balance motherhood, working full-time, and being an influencer? I got a good like 5 to 7 of these. But to be honest, it's all about like time management. And I do have a video vlog coming out soon for you guys, just showing you like, you know, a day in the, or a week in the life, just showing you how I do everything, how my schedule, my normal posting schedule, filming schedule is, just to give you some insight on that. But I have to be very fickle about my time. I have a very strict filming schedule, so I do film primarily on Saturdays, which is when I'm off. I have a normal 9 to 5. I'll do most of my filmings on Saturday, and then I'll try to get a lot of editing done on Sundays. And that way, you know, when I bulk film on Saturdays, I'm able to have a lot of content already ready for the week that I just have to edit. And then during the week, all I gotta worry about is filming YouTube videos. So let's rewind that back. Saturdays, I film for Instagram. And then I film for YouTube during the week. But once I'm off of work, I split my time between, you know, my daughter and then editing or filming for YouTube, or you know, if I have a boo at the moment, then I have to split it between that and, you know, I do, but you know, that's on the list. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But yeah, I feel like it's all about time management, and that is how I'm able to juggle everything. And I know what my goals are. I know the goals that I have for myself. I know what I want to achieve, and sometimes by a certain time, sometimes you can't really put time on things, but I'm committed to making it happen as soon as possible. I just kind of stay and keep my eyes on the prize. And since I said that, let's hop to that question, because someone did ask me, how do you commit to your goals and achieve them? And in my opinion, y'all, this is gonna be a long video. I feel it already. Okay, let me stop wasting more time talking about how long it's gonna be. I feel like when you have a goal, you need to have a reason of why you have that goal. Because when you have goals, especially ones that are hard to achieve, as far as becoming a mega influencer and being able to, you know, provide for myself, provide for my family, be financially independent, have my own business, be able to, you know, inspire and talk to you guys, it's gonna get hard, sis. So every goal that I have is very much driven by why that goal is in place, of what I want, you know, and what I want in my life, how I want my lifestyle to be, how I want my daughter's lifestyle to be. Once I commit to a goal, I'm really able to focus in on it and do it. And here's the thing, I've not always been this way. I feel like becoming a YouTuber and having to be so disciplined on my content creation, my content editing, my content, you know, just putting it out there and being consistent has really changed me on the inside, because Maya was a serial procrastinator. It was not good. It was not good at all. But I ain't like that no more, so it's all good. But for me, yeah, it's all about focusing in on why I'm doing what I'm doing and setting a goal for myself, because I might, you know, put a time limit on it or whatever, but I know if I'm gonna hit it by that time, I have to be on top of it. And for me, the things that drive me to have this goal in the first place is what keeps me going and makes me able to continue to seek that goal and to work hard for it, to be consistent. And also, let's not forget, God has to be there for a sister as well. So I'm always keeping God on the forefront, praying to him, asking him to help me to get to the next level, to get through a hard time, a hard day, a hard moment of tears. Lord Jesus, you know it be happening to me. That is also a very big way of how I commit to my goals and achieve them. All right, so the next product we're using is Urban Decay Stay Naked Correcting Concealer. This is in 70 NY. The next question is, how did you start with makeup and how did you start with YouTube? And the story behind like when I decided to post my first video. If you watched a Get Ready With Me that I had maybe a month or two ago, maybe 2 months ago, I did let you guys know that I used to want to sing. I used to want to be a singer really bad. And some things happened that made me not want to do that anymore. My passion kind of went away on it. That's just what happened with that. But I've always been a super like artistic person, and I always like makeup and stuff like that. And I went over this story in that video, so I'm not gonna get deep into it. But point of the matter is, I started doing faces, I started doing my friends' faces, and people started asking me, why don't you have a YouTube channel? And that's kind of how it started. Like, I was gearing away from music. I was falling more and more in love with doing makeup. And so I started to take faces and I started a channel. Nervous as heck to start a channel. You talking about nervous, Jesus Christ. My ex that I had, which I don't anymore, but the ex that I had, he was very supportive of me and, you know, helped me to start my channel, and I started it. I put that video out and I believe it's still live. So if you want to check that out, see how far a sister has come, check it out. And if it's not, some of my videos that look just like that are up. But it took a lot of guts, it took a lot of heart to actually post that first video, and from there it just took off because I realized I loved it. This is what I really wanted to do in my life, and that's just what it was. Another question somebody asked me, did I go to makeup school? I did not. I did not go to makeup school. I'm self-taught. When I was learning how to do makeup and teaching myself, I was watching Makeup Shayla, I was watching It's My Ray Ray, you know, all of our OGs that we still watch now that are still in the game. That's who taught me how to do makeup. And I worked on my craft. I continued to do really good, and y'all, look, if you are a beginner and you are just now getting into makeup, please don't worry, honey. As long as you are willing to put in the time to practice and get better, you can get better. Because me, I didn't think I was ever gonna be able to do eyeshadow correctly. When I tell you that my looks used to be cringeworthy, but you know, with time and, you know, practice, it got a whole lot better, and now we're doing better. We can still get better. You know, I feel like there's always room for improvement, but you know, it was a struggle, sis. It was a struggle. But as time went along, I started to love makeup even more. Like, once I like started to get into it, and it was more about the makeup and being creative, but it also started to just be about you guys. I started realizing that girls are responding to this, women are loving what I'm doing, I'm creating a community, and it just felt so good to be able to help people, to be able to produce something that people look forward to. And if you guys don't know me, I am a big, like, sensitive ball of mush. Like, that's who I am. I'm a crier. I'm like super sensitive, and I love people and I love helping people, and it's just in my bones. If I never got paid another $1 to do YouTube, which I just started getting paid as far as AdSense is concerned, so I did do it for 2 years without getting no money. But if I never got any more money, I would still do this as a hobby, because just the comments you guys leave me, the relationships that I am fostering, the, you know, lives that I am helping to improve, and you know, all of that, and I get that from the comments that you guys give me, leaving DMs and comments and everything. I would never stop doing this. I don't care if they paying me or not. I got y'all. And I kind of fell in love with that as well once I started. And real quick, I am using the Hello Happy foundation stick from Benefit. But as far as contouring, and someone also asked me, did I contour with cream or powder? I prefer to do a cream and then go over it with the contour powder or a bronzer to make it look a little more natural. However, my favorite cream sticks would be this one, which is a foundation, but it works perfectly for me for a lighter contour. And then my other one would be the Fenty Espresso Matchstick. This one's a little deeper than I want to go today, so I'm not doing this one. That's the only reason, but I got it out just to show you guys it is also my fave. The next question says, who inspires you the most as far as influencers? I would say makeup wise, as far as creating beautiful looks, I'm gonna say Beauty with Taffy. She's on Instagram. I don't know if she has a YouTube channel, but I love her looks. They're always very beautiful, natural, and also more wearable. I also have always loved I Love Sarai. I love the looks that she does. Her makeup to me always looks super flawless. But if we're talking more about on a deeper level than just makeup, y'all know I love myself some Jackie, Ina. So I love Jackie and I watch her religiously, as I'm sure a lot of us do. And I am right there with you, sis. And I love her. I love her advocacy for people of color. She's super duper funny and she's entertaining. So that is definitely who inspires me. And I lied, y'all. I am gonna go in a little bit with the Fenty Matchstix because it's not doing what I wanted to do. Just a smidge. Okay, this is not a smidge, but you know, I had good intentions. Speaking of my boo, which I'm not speaking about him, he's calling me right now, so I'll call him back in a minute. Okay, yeah, so I had to add a little bit of that Fenty because it just wasn't as deep as I wanted to be. So I do like how this is looking a lot better. Our next question is also geared towards being an influencer and asks, what is my favorite brand to work with? My favorite brands of all time is NARS and Colourpop, and I thank God that by this time in my career I have been able to work with both of those brands multiple times. But if I had to choose, I would say working with Colourpop is my favorite. I love how quick their turnaround process is as far as doing collaborations with them. And I'm always able to get really, really creative with Colourpop just because they have more colorful palettes and a lot of products to work with. And their team is like super, super nice, super, super nice. And I love just working with them, emailing them back and forth and stuff like that. So love Colourpop. Can y'all believe I'm doing my face first today? And the only reason is because y'all know when I get into eyes, it's super hard for me not to teach. So if I started with that, we wouldn't get into the Q&A till about minute 7, 8, 12. You know, that is the strategy behind us doing the face first. Next question, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? In the next 5 years, I see myself, how old am I? I'm 30, so 5 years I'll be 35. If we're just talking about in my craft, as far, because I think that was the question, in my craft, not like personal, because I was about to say, I'm done having children. But that's not the question. In 5 years, I want to have grown exponentially as an influencer. I'm praying that in 5 years, I will be in the millions. That is the goal. I'm gonna go a little bit with some concealer underneath my contour because I do just want to sculpt myself out a little bit today. But yeah, I see myself being in the millions by then. I see myself having some collaborations with brands under my belt as far as products are concerned, not necessarily the collabs I'm doing now, but like product collaborations. At that point is when I want to start brainstorming and really starting to get into the idea of my own brand, because I do want, or I will, Jesus, have my own brand. It will start up as a makeup brand, but I want it to grow into a lifestyle brand. That is when I believe I will be starting to, you know, put work into making that happen. And that's where I want to be in 5 years. And of course I'll be doing this full time by then. I'm gonna be doing this full time way before then. Way before then. Right, Lord? We talked about this, remember? Okay, do y'all see the sculpt we just created? It's not super like, you know, but it's there. Yeah, that's what we want. I'm trying to scratch these questions out, y'all, because I'm, you know, I gotta make sure I'm answering everything. Next question was, what lights and editing software do I use? So I think this was multiple questions, but the lights I use are from Crafty, and I'll just give y'all a little quick behind the scenes. There's a big light right here lighting my background, and it is from Crafty. There it is. I will link these lights down below. They are 3 softbox lights, and then I also have a ring light in front of me. I think that's from Neewer, and I will link that as well. But to edit my videos, and y'all look, I'm sitting here talking, I'm creasing on the under eye because I'm taking too long to set my concealer. Lord. Oh Lord, just gonna take a second. Obviously, I'm filming this right now, so when I'm editing, I'm hoping that at this point, we are not even at 10 minutes, but I know that that is just completely unrealistic. But as far as editing software, I do use Final Cut Pro for MacBook. When I first started my channel, I used my phone. I had iPhone 6 back then, and I edited my videos on my phone on my iMovie. So a little bit after that, I did invest. I was in school back then, so I took one of my refund checks and I got me some equipment. I bought a camera, which is the same camera that I'm still using now. I have not upgraded my camera as of yet. I'm hoping to be able to do that soon. I bought my lights, and I already had my ring light for my business as a makeup artist. I also purchased a MacBook, and so I got Final Cut Pro because I knew that was like the best editing software. So I'm using my Laura Mercier powder, and I'm just gonna press that under the eye. And if you are dry, I recommend using a brush just to dust it instead of like pushing it in like I am. Next question is wig benders that I love. I did have a question about when I used to wear wigs, and all my OGs, y'all know that it is a new thing that I'm wearing my natural hair. I did wear wigs for 2 years while I was growing out my hair. If you look at my older videos, I had a short Rihanna cut. I had my hair like that for 5 years, but for multiple reasons, one of them being my baby girl Amira, just to help her, you know, her self-esteem and make sure she loves herself exactly how she is, and just wanting to see my natural hair. My mom used to always perm my hair or relax my hair, so I didn't know what my texture looked like. For those 2 reasons is why I went ahead and went natural. I had it braided up and protected under wigs. I have lots of wigs sitting around, but I have not wore them because it's almost like once I went natural, I didn't want to wear wigs anymore and wore my hair. I wanted to wait for it to get some length. I don't know, I just can't even get with it anymore. Like, I can't even get with it. Hi, baby.
Ow.
Your tooth came out. It fell out?
Yeah. Like my tongue.
Oh, you was messing with it with your tongue and it came out? Congratulations. Is that something you say congratulations to? Okay, sorry. For wig benders, I loved when I was wearing wigs and buying wigs. Wild African, love Wild African for wigs. I would say Wild African and then OMG My Hair. Ooh, love OMG My Hair. I got a couple of questions about some products that wasn't included in like what's your favorite products. One question said some tips for thick browed ladies. So my ladies with thick brows, gel versus pencil. Pencil for sure. If you have thick brows, I would stay far away from gel. But yeah, pencil is a lot easier to fill your brows in without making them look darker and without making them look like, you know, overbearing. Because if you already have thick brows, you probably don't want them to be darker. If you have a pencil, you can really control how deep you're making them and how, you know, dark you want them to be. And you can control making hair-like strokes. It's like easier to do that with pencil versus gels. The question also included concealer as far as having bushy brows. You really can create your shape with concealer. So the concealer is always a good thing to use, but I would shy away from it if you want more natural looking brows. Only if you want little sculpt brows like me, which, you know, I still am not into, like, you know, the natural looking brow. But if you are, you don't necessarily need concealer. You can maybe just put a little bit underneath the brow just to highlight underneath, not necessarily to sculpt, but it's always a good idea from what I like. But if it's not your thing, baby girl, don't do it. Just use it to highlight underneath. We got through powder, guys. We got through powder. Let's bronze. Bronzer we're gonna use is the ABF by Mented bronzer. This is in season 2. Next question was, if I'm going to a big event, what am I beating my face with? Exactly what you're looking at right now. And that's the reason why I wanted to do like all of my favorite products, because typically if I'm going to a big event or if I'm going to like BeautyCon or I'm doing something like that, I'm always gonna be like wearing my favorite products because I know they work, I know they're gonna last, I know I'm gonna look flawless instead of like trying something new. So everything that I'm using today is probably my go-to, or something that you see me repeat a lot in my videos. That is what I would use. Is blending your forehead a problem area for anyone else? Because to me it's like a problem area. Maya, stop. We're not about to go deep into other conversations. We have questions to answer. We're not done. All right, so now we're gonna get into some dating questions. I did get some questions about dating. The first question is, in general, how is dating going? For all my new ladies, if you don't know, I was in a long-term relationship for about 3.5 years. Didn't work out, and it was on me that I ended the relationship because it just was not serving me, sis. And if something is not serving you, you get out of it. Period, point blank, ain't no questions asked. It was hard to get out of it though, you know. No, I'm not I'm not gonna say it wasn't hard, you know, as far as making that decision after such a long time, but I did. And I have been single since December. I did take a little hiatus of dating because, you know, I was getting closer to the Lord. I was in my quarantine, and I did do a quarantine glow up type of video where I talked about that. So I will go ahead and link that for you guys right here. I was in that stage and I wasn't dating, and I gave myself 3 months, and the 3 months are over. So I just started back dating. And to answer the question, it is going good. Dating during quarantine is difficult, so you know it's mostly online, and it's been going good. The next question says, have you found Mr. yet? And let's just say, I don't know completely, but I do have a boo right now that I really, really like. So we gonna see what the future holds for me and my new boo, but I am talking to someone at the moment. It's going really well, and I like him a lot. So my main thing, like, as far as finding a man or dating and everything like that, first of all, Maya did not want to be dating. First of all, stop. What are we doing? What's next? Eyes. So yeah, first of all, I did not want to be dating at this age. I really preferably, and not that I'm old or anything, I'm not, but as far as my own goals for what I wanted my life to look like and what I wanted it to be, I didn't want to be dating at 30. I didn't. I thought I would have been married by now. My sister got married at 25, and you know, she was my big sister, and I wanted to be like her. It didn't happen. It's all good. God has his plan, but I didn't want to be dating. I just didn't. But I am. So I'm very heavily reliant on hearing from God. I feel like I've always had a gift of discernment from God, as far as him letting me know things, leading and guiding me. I feel like he is the one who led me to end my past relationship that was not serving me, because I was ready to settle. Sis was ready to settle. I've grown so much since then, but I was, and I'm so happy that I didn't, because God led me to make the decision that I made. And now you know, entertaining men who have the qualities that I thought I would never have a man who had those qualities, and that are more like me than I ever would have imagined, and were compatible. And just to think that I was about to settle for not having those very basic things that you should have in a partner, God will hook you up and let you know, sis, look, stop messing up your life. Stop wasting your time, and stop giving your whole self to someone who I did not ordain for you. So God is definitely a huge part in my dating life, as far as asking him to give me clarification on if someone is right for me, on if this is what I'm supposed to be doing, if this is who I'm supposed to be spending my time with. So I do pray every night while I am dating. Even though I really like the guy that I'm talking to, I'm constantly asking God, look, Lord, let me know, show me, you know, what to do, if this is right, if it is not, and to reveal to me who the man is for me. Today we are going to be using colored Raine palettes, and I love me some colored Raine palettes, which is why we're going to use this in this favorites video. Their shadows are bomb. So I have their Safari Raine palette as well as their Power palette. So to speed this up, y'all know how I do. I'm gonna do one eye off camera real quick, and then I'm gonna come back with the second one, just to make sure that this video is not even longer than it's already gonna be. Okay, so even though we are not about to teach, this is going to be tough for me, but I still want to get up close so we can do the eye up close. And I did use a combination of both these palettes, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the eye while we finish these questions up. So I did get a few questions about like my thoughts on casual dating, and really quick, I do have a code with Color Raine. If you guys like Color Raine, you want to save some money, my code is Galore, and it is also in the description box, so you know, just in case. But yeah, like in my mid-20s, back when I was dating before I was with the guy that I just got out of a relationship with, I was very much okay with casual dating. And by casual dating, I'm gonna just put a definition on that. For me is, you know, just talking to multiple men at one time, maybe. Not multiple, maybe like two. But 2 or 3, where, you know, you're just trying to like find out about people, get to know someone, you know, before you're actually in a committed relationship. In my opinion, that's what casual dating is. I feel like you gotta casually date, you know, because, you know, that doesn't mean you're sleeping with everyone. That doesn't mean that you are, you know, giving people all of you or each person. It just means that you're getting to know people. So I'm all for casual dating. At this part in time in my life, I'm not interested in casually dating nobody, honestly. Just because I want to be married, I'm somebody's wife. You already know how I feel about that. And I'm just, you know, I'm looking forward to having my husband, and that's why I include God in so much of what I do as far as when I'm dating, because I don't want to waste my time. I feel like I've already wasted 3.5 years with somebody. The time that I wish I would have been getting married and finishing having children, all the time I wish I would have done like between 25 and 30, and that is gone now. And it's, you know, it is what it is, but I'm not interested in wasting any more time with anybody. Like, sis, them days over. Them days are over. I mean, of course you have to casually date people while you're finding the one, but I feel like, you know, once you have confirmation from the Lord, or once you know and you feel it in your bones that this person is who you're supposed to be with, ain't no more casual dating. Like, I'm not about to be talking to anybody. I'm not going to be doing any of that, and that's why it's so important for me to keep God included. Because how are you supposed to know, you know? But I definitely don't think there's anything wrong with dating multiple people at a time. Just make sure you're not sleeping with everybody, and make sure you're not, you have to, you know, keep your trust at a certain level. Make sure God is involved. It's all dependent on where you are in life and what you want for yourself, you know? If you're just out here having fun, you want to get to know guys, you want to date, and you know, it's all good, then it's all good. But if you want a relationship and everything like that, pay attention to that, and pay attention to who people are at a higher rate, so that you're not wasting your time and you're not, you know, wasting your energy on somebody who don't deserve none of your time, sis. Not a second. The next question I had was about advice about Christian dating. And obviously, y'all know I'm a Christian. Y'all know me and Jesus, we here. I feel like I'm not just a Christian, but there's a difference between being a Christian, being a believer, and actually trying to live a Christ-like life. And nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect, but I do try my best to include God in my decisions and living, you know, a life that is trying to live a life that's pleasing to Him. So I love the question of, you know, advice for Christian dating, because there is a different set of rules or standards that you want to hold yourself to when you are trying to live a Christ-like life. And this question in particular was pertaining to teenagers, so younger people who are dating. If we're just talking about Christians in general, my advice in general would be to include God in every decision and every date and every person you're spending your time with. Now, when I say include God, I mean pray, ask Him for guidance, ask Him to show you. Because let me tell you something, whether it's dating or whatever it is, you ask God to show you something, He gonna show you, sis. He gonna show you. I asked God to show me, was I supposed to be with my ex? And I already was having doubts and everything. God gave someone who didn't even know my situation, didn't know I was on the brink of a breakup, nothing like that. Gave them a very vivid dream about me just screaming, I don't want anyone in my space. And to me it was like, wow, that's exactly how I feel. I need this man about my space. And then on top of that, everything that I would see, everything I would read would point towards me making this decision. And I don't mean like, you know, you get a red car so you see everybody with red cars. I mean very specifically seeing these things, whereas I didn't see them before, or I don't even see them now. You know, like quotes and posting in every way. So I say that to say, when God want to tell you something and you are seeking that information, He will let you know. Definitely keep God included in your decisions and in your dating life. But another tip that I would give as far as Christian dating is concerned is to make sure that the person that you're dating has a similar lifestyle as you. That person is not only a believer, be equally yoked for sure. Don't get with nobody who don't believe what you believe, because that's gonna cause all types of problems that you just don't want. But also it is helpful to be with someone or entertain someone who kind of has the same mindset as you. If you were trying to live a Christ-like life, hopefully they would be as well. And if they're not, it can cause somewhat of a rift, I would say. But the biggest thing for me, I would say, is to definitely make sure that you guys are both on the same page as far as believing. Y'all, I'm making it. I'm not teaching anything. I really want to give y'all tips on how to blend like shimmer shades into matte shades. But hopefully what I've been doing and talking while I'm doing it, so I'm not cutting it too much, is allowing you guys to see what I'm doing. But going over it, I'm just gonna say it, going over it with a clean brush is really helpful to blend different finishes together. So just make sure there's no product on that brush, and you might want to wipe it. Like I have a towel right here, I'll wipe it a little bit just to make sure I'm not transferring that glitter where it doesn't need to be, as far as like in the crease and as it's blending upwards. But that is a really good tip on blending different finishes of eyeshadow. Okay, I'm done. Next question. I did just get a request from you guys to do a eyeliner tutorial for hooded eyes, so that is coming. I'm not gonna focus too much on it right now, but I will do a detailed one. It'll probably be real short, 2-3 minutes long, but for now, and it'll probably also be an extra video for the week. I don't wanna just have that as one of my uploads, but we're just gonna do this here real quick, and I'll give tips on that video. Then I'm also going to skip through doing the eye, because we're getting to the end of the questions, and I just wanna be sitting here with y'all, not even doing makeup. And then I did on the bottom lash line a pastel pink, and this is from Colourpop, and this just came out with their tie-dye collection. All right, so our next question was devotional recommendations. So for those of you who are looking for devotionals, my favorite one right now is a 30-day devotional, and I did grab it. And this devotional is called Growing to the Next Level by Jan M. Osler. It is amazing. And one thing I love about her teaching is that it is super big in life application, as far as talking about things that you can very much be going through, situations that you can interpret in your own situation, and talking about how to get through it, grow to the next level in Christ in general. I will leave the link to this in the description box. It's available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. This is my baby right here. I have been loving this devotional. I'm gonna hop into my favorite highlighter right now, and y'all know I used to rock with this Makeup Shayla by Colourpop highlighter, and this is in Pose, but they no longer sell it. It is a deep copper type of highlighter, and I finally found a dupe for that. And it is another powder highlighter, and this one is from OFRA, and this is their Shimmer Loose Powder in the shade Bronze. And I have been loving using this. Y'all know I love a powder highlighter. Just look, just hold up, just watch. Do you see it? Look, oh my God, honey, all day, I love it. If you guys are interested, check this out on OFRA's website, because it is a super bomb and a great dupe for that one that I usually use. Highlighter brush. And speaking of brushes, the next question was some great brands for brushes. One that I really love is Motd Cosmetics, and they have some really dope brushes. I love them. Also, I would recommend also BH Cosmetics if you don't already have some BH brushes. Their brushes are amazing. A lot of people get e.l.f. brushes, but in my opinion, besides my e.l.f. blending brush for foundation, I'm not an e.l.f. brush fan, so I personally wouldn't recommend e.l.f. brushes. To me, they're a little cheap. They come apart a little bit more. I would also recommend the Colourpop brushes as well. So I think I'm going to try this Nabla lipstick that I have. That's the purple shade. Let's see. So this is the lipstick, and it matches the purple of this look. We're gonna try it. If not, we're just gonna do a gloss. But we might as well try it out. Woo, that's bold. That's bold. Oh, I don't know, I kind of like it. What y'all think? Usually I don't go color on the eye and then color on the lips as well, but y'all know I used to do a lot of like colorful lips and bold lips, so I'm thinking about keeping it this way. I don't know. What do we think? What are we gonna do? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna film an intro and outro with these lips, and then I'm gonna film it with lip gloss. That way, you guys will know which one I chose in editing to see which one was the best as far as looking from the outside looking in. Right now, I'm on the inside looking out. I don't know, in, whatever. Anyway, I can't really see what it's gonna look like for real right now with all these lights are in my face. But for now, I'm just gonna show you guys this, and we're gonna see. But really quick before we wrap this up, I did have another question asking me about living in St. Louis. For those of my babes, I know it's a few of you guys who are from St. Louis who are happy you finally found a YouTuber that's in St. Louis. What's good, sis? I love St. Louis. I love living here because my family is here. I do plan on moving one day, so don't shoot me, but I am born and raised in St. Louis, and there's not a lot of YouTubers here. I love being able to find my followers or my subscribers who are from St. Louis because we have that in common. I feel like I'm a little closer to you guys, and one day when I start having meet and greets, pay attention to my content because I will let you know, and hopefully I'll be able to meet you. We can have brunch and chill and talk makeup and everything else in between. All right, let's wrap it up. All right, y'all, so this is our finished look using most of my favorite products right now. Obviously I stuck with the purple lip, and I'm still filming right now, so I don't know if I'm actually gonna choose it, but if I do, this is what you'll be seeing. If you guys have any other questions, anything that you wanted to ask me that I did not answer, please go ahead and leave me a comment, ask me there. I will make sure I give you an answer. Also, if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up, comment below and let me know what you thought. Also, make sure you hit subscribe below, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.